CARICOM heads of government set to meet in Barbados. Chairman of CARICOM engages key stakeholders during Guyana visit. And the region heightens preparedness for the novel coronavirus. Welcome to this week's edition of the CARICOM NewsTime for the week ending Friday, the 7th of February. I am Tusankin English Francis. Thank you for joining us. The CARICOM Single Market and Economy, the CSME, the report of the Commission on the Economy are among the issues CARICOM heads of government will discuss when they meet in Barbados on February 18th and 19th. The 31st Intersessional CARICOM heads of government summit will take place at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center in St. Michael. The heads of government are expected to engage the private sector, labor, and civil society as efforts continue to design an effective consultative mechanism for their participation in the CSME. CARICOM heads of government have continued to take action to counter the threats to the region's economy posed by blacklisting, de-risking, and the withdrawal of correspondent banking relationships. At the meeting in Barbados, they will review those developments. They will also discuss matters pertaining to science and technology as the community coordinates mechanisms for a single ICT space. CARICOM heads of government are also expected to discuss the proposed CARICOM African Union Summit scheduled for June this year. Matters pertaining to external negotiations, security, and border issues between Belize and Guatemala and Guyana and Venezuela are also on the meeting's agenda. Chairman of CARICOM, Prime Minister Mia Mottley of Barbados, was in Guyana on Monday the 3rd of February to fulfill a packed agenda. Prime Minister Mottley and CARICOM Secretary General, Ambassador Erwin LaRocque, stopped briefly at the funeral service of Guyanese legal luminary, Mr. Baimo Pollard. They paid respects to Mr. Pollard's family and signed the Book of Condolence. During her visit to Guyana, Prime Minister Mottley engaged with members of the Executive Management Committee of the CARICOM Secretariat. She met with the Secretariat staff and expressed appreciation for their efforts in delivering the benefits of integration to the people of the community.
How is it that what we are doing can make a difference to being able to change the course of the destiny, not of our countries alone, but of individuals, individual families, individual communities, and individual companies? I've come here, therefore, conscious that the people who come to work every day, to make this reality, our reality, are primarily you in this Secretariat. And therefore, first and foremost, I want to thank you for your continued commitment to a project that many have doubted is capable of surviving. Your role in this Secretariat is to help us transmit that message, help us develop the systems that are necessary to make our citizens' lives easier.
As Guyana prepares to hold regional and general elections on the 2nd of March, Prime Minister Mottley and the Secretary General paid a courtesy call on the leader of the opposition at his office in Georgetown, Guyana. The Chairman and the Secretary General also met with several private sector representatives. The CARICOM Chairman ended her visit to Guyana with an interaction with the media. She told the media that regional integration needs to be carried and sustained to ensure that future generations benefit. Even though the World Health Organization has declared the novel coronavirus a public health emergency of international concern, the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, deems the risk to the Caribbean as low. The novel coronavirus has been detected in 2 other countries in the region of the Americas, that is the USA and Canada. Assistant Director for Surveillance and Disease Prevention Control at CARPHA, Dr. Lisa Endar, said the likelihood of someone coming from China with the virus to the Caribbean is very low.
The coronavirus is similar to when we were preparing for SARS. So in terms of capacity, the region has built their capacity in terms of emergency preparedness and response. So in terms of laboratory capacity, in terms of response. So every country has the emergency and response plan. So this is not something new. Viruses come and go. So they know what to do. So it's a matter of, taking it off, dusting it off, and just like SARS, it's the same type of response. Every country has response teams. They have a triage of how the information should flow. If you do have a suspect case, what do you do? If you have to isolate, how you isolate. The only difference is that to isolate this, you may need different primers or media, and that's something CARICOM is already getting. So what we're really encouraging our member states is to ramp up ports of entry screening. The first thing is to avoid that importation. So we have to be even more careful in terms of being vigilant at our ports of entry. And the other thing we want to encourage is for our immigration department to also ramp up vigilance, to probe, to ask the questions in terms of travel.
The Council for Human and Social Development on Health agreed to begin drafting a communication strategy to combat misinformation on the virus. They also agreed on the need for a coordinated approach to port of entry screening, even as member states initiate actions to reduce the risk of the coronavirus entering their jurisdiction. Guyana is marking its Jubilee Republic anniversary, and in celebration of that milestone, it conferred the second highest honor of the country to Prime Minister Mia Mottley of Barbados and Chairman of the community. The investiture ceremony took place on Monday, the 3rd of February at the Guyana's Ministry of the Presidency. President David Granger of Guyana said the award exemplifies the historical fraternal relations between Guyana and Barbados.
Prime Minister Mottley, you have distinguished yourself as an ardent advocate of the Caribbean single market and economy. You have combined your almost 30 years of political activism with your personal enthusiasm and your country's legendary leadership in regional integration. We applaud your leadership. We applaud your stewardship. We applaud your willingness to partner with Caribbean states. We commend you on your assumption of office of the Chairman of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, and for your long-established commitment to Caribbean integration.
In expressing her appreciation, Prime Minister Mottley said she accepted the award not only on her own behalf, but that of the people of Barbados, knowing that the paths of the two countries are inseparable.
We do not have the population bases alone. We do not have the expertise or capital alone to go on our own. And we look forward, therefore, working with the people of Guyana, Mr. President, in making sure that we can make this region more secure in providing a prosperous and stable future for our people. I want to thank you once again for your consideration of this award, and to say to you on behalf of myself, but more importantly on behalf of the people of Barbados, we thank you for your continuous high regard that you have shown at every stage for the people of our country and for your commitment to CARICOM.
The Caribbean community has congratulated Grenada on the country's 46th independence anniversary, celebrated on the 7th of February. The theme of the celebration is preparing for the future through empowerment, growth, and long-term sustainable development. In a congratulatory message, CARICOM Secretary General Ambassador Erwin LaRocque said the theme is a stirring call for the people to take advantage of their talents, abilities, and the opportunities available to them by participating actively in the continuing efforts towards the country's development. The Secretary General pointed out the Grenada's Prime Minister leadership in the CARICOM Quasi-Cabinet in science and technology, as well as statistics. For more stories, you can visit the CARICOM news site at today.caricom.org or the CARICOM website at caricom.org. Like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time.